Good evening, guys and girls. I am your voice of choice, DrMarxout, bringing you your first show since our last big pay-per-view, Real Horror Show. And the fallout of that pay-per-view, we're kicking things off with what was one of the bigger surprises of the night. If you go back and watch, which we would like you to do if you didn't watch it, but wait till we're done here. Chase St. Louis, that egotistical Canadian, scored what might have been one of the bigger upsets when he actually managed to eliminate the final boss, Hugo Lazarus. There was a couple other eliminations that I've been told the guy that was dumped has demanded retribution. We'll see the fallout of those in the next week. I believe there's a few matches that are being booked for Storm that'll kind of convey that nonsense. We have two big title matches tonight. We'll get to those later on. We also have what's going to be the start of the setup for our next women's title contention, as well as setting up who's going to be next in line for the Blitz title. Before we get to that, we've got the final boss himself. Hugo Lazarus was booked as one of the favorites. Shouldn't even say booked as a favorite. He was one of the three guys that everyone backstage was thinking had the biggest chance of winning. Was caught completely unawares and dumped by St. Louis, so he demanded, as in grabbed Graham Connors by his throat and said if he doesn't get it, things are going to go bad. So our GM didn't have a tranquilizer gun handy, so he just decided that was the next best thing. And due to St. Louis' penchants for winning by countout, this match will be held under no disqualification rules. I'm not saying we're trying to appease the final boss and give him what he wants, but I would much rather have St. Louis mad at me than Lazarus. That would just be a terrible, terrible thing. Lazarus looking ready to kill St. Louis. St. Louis looking like he doesn't want to be here. Opening match on Remedy is a go. Lazarus up top quick into that falling facebuster on the knee. Chase fighting back off the ground with a short arm lariat. Northern Lights, no bridge. It's too early. Iceman still in the back kicking rocks as well as trying to kick TZ Valentine's teeth down his throat. St. Louis looking vertical early, hangs up Lazarus' ankle on those ropes. Chase looking to fly here. Doesn't head up topside often, rather. Or early. And Lazarus just catching him with the power slam. Has a hold of the arm, putting the boots to the chest, and then a falling right hand. Chase fighting back with a shot to the guts. Lazarus coming back with the Irish whip. Lucha bump in the middle. Chase going north and south. Forearm drops the inaugural champion. Spun around with that looping shot. Sweet and sour suplex by Chase St. Louis. Showing some power. Final boss rolls to the outside. No countouts. No disqualification. Spins Chase out, drops him with that hangman style neck breaker. Big T-bone by Chase. St. Louis heading to the outside of the playground. Has a hold of a chair. It's as legal as a headlock here. Lazarus runs head first into it. Chase putting the pain on those knees now. Lazarus just rolls out of the way of it after about 3 shots. Up and over to the top side. Lazarus fights his way back in. As Chase up, drops him with a brainbuster onto that knee. Lazarus has a hold of the chair now. Shot across the back. Looking like he's not quite done yet. One more. And throws that chair out, saying he doesn't need it for what he's got planned. Chase, something left in the tank, fighting off the ground one more time. Runs it with an overhead belly to belly. Lazarus rolls back outside one more time. I don't know if Lazarus is just playing with Chase here. I don't know if he's legit feeling like he needs to reevaluate things. Has Chase up, drops with that gory neck breaker. Emphasis on the gory. Chase sent into that corner. Lazarus, big running lariat. Sends Chase San Luis pillar to post, runs in one more time. Has him up, sidewalk slam, dead center of the ring. Going to the other corner now. Spin Chase around, could be looking good for that hempen jig. That gross Hangman's Dragon Sleeper can't get the win off of it, can definitely drain the life out of your opponent. Chase, I don't know if that lack of oxygen went to his brain, but instead of just letting himself get killed here, he's trying to fight back. Sweeps the leg, falls into our first cover, and only gets a 1 count. Waiting for Hugo Lazarus to get to his feet here. Dives in with the forearm. Almost phenomenal. And that amateur style roll. Trying to squeeze some life out of the lungs of Lazarus here. Hugo fighting back with the up kick. Chase centering into that corner. Cody looking for high impact offense here, heading up to the top. Chase butterflies those arms. Huge butterfly suplex. They have butterflies in Canada. Into the cover. Doesn't hook either leg. Lazarus kicks out at 2. He drops that elbow to the small of the back. Running cutter, Stevie gets a Canadian dub. Lazarus, however, connects with his cutter. Into the Orochi Slayer, dead center. Chase trying to fight on here, survive. Lazarus deciding he wants to inflict some more punishment here. And Chase still has a little bit of fight left in his own engine. Overhead T-bone suplex one more time. We're back out in the playground, both men for a change. Chase has Lazarus up. Stun gun on the ringside apron. Lazarus sends him back in. At some point, it looks like San Luis was busted open. It's caught the European uppercut. Lazarus in the playground could be making a shopping list for what to grab from under that ring. Or he could just be daring Chase to come out to the ring and fight him. San Luis has Lazarus up in the vertical. Lazarus with a knee to the top of the head doesn't want any of that. Spins him around. Air raid neck breaker. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like Lazarus has some blood coming out of the forehead now. Off those ropes. Soccer style punt kick. And every time Chase takes a big shot to the head, he just gets right back up. T-bone power slam. And a dragon screw. Chase building some momentum here. Drops the double axe handle. Into that perfect neck snap. Measuring Lazarus here. Spins him around. Ties him up. Into the Tim Horton special. It's the first time I've ever gotten to call that move. Chase looking for the score, the second biggest upset of his career here. And does. Chase San Luis just pinned our inaugural World Heavyweight Champion. He legit beat him. Didn't win by countout. Didn't take a DQ. Actually legit pinned the man. Dead center of the ring. There's that butterfly avalanche suplex. And right there, that big T-bone power slam would lead into the first time we've ever gotten to call it, that Tim Horton special. And the only Canadian that will not apologize for anything. Chase San Luis is victorious here. And I'm dumbfounded. So we move on to the first of, I think, 3 matches that we're going to be doing over the next coming weeks to decide the next #1 contender for that newly won Blitz Division title, currently held by Dougal Devlin, at least until the end of tonight. We'll see how tonight's main event goes. As Jody Tyler, Christian Storm, Simon Tarot, and Flip Sunset making his way back here in the Storm Shelter. Fatal 4-way, first fall wins, falls will count anywhere. Christian Storm was dealing with a high ankle sprain over the weekend, so why he was not in the Rumble. Flip Sunset, I guess, in Paul Smackage, Drew Strauss, Paul won. They managed to come out with 3 eliminations. Smackage looked very impressive in that Blitz Division Battle Royal that opened our pay-per-view. And I'm not going to lie, Tarot looked disappointing. He was in and out faster than a cup of coffee. But not a cup of coffee I drink, because no one can get done that fast. I had Smackage as one of my picks, and he was in and out, I think, in the time it took the next man out, so. If you missed that pay-per-view and just kind of want to skim the results, we posted all of the entrances and eliminations from those 2 Battle Royals on our Facebook page. Yes, we have one of those. We also have a Twitter, but that's not updated very often. The RB's Twitter page is too good, makes us just feel ashamed. We can't keep up. As Christian Storm making his way down, trying to make it a 2-0 for Canada tonight. Definitely has that chip on his shoulder, but he will at least still apologize before he punches you in the mouth. Looks super impressive in every match he's in, just like a lot of guys we talk about in the triad. He's just 1 or 2 moves away from finally getting that big win. It took till this part in the season for Jody Tyler to get his first win last week, and Chase San Luis just picked up his first legit win, so it's a weird time to be in Blitz, folks. next week we'll actually be able to give you a few more details for our next pay-per-view, Dilly Dilly, besides just the name. We're finalizing venue and date. And the way we go with things, I'm sure the card won't be done until probably the night before. We get set for the entrance of the very enigmatic one half of the Supernova Pro Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions, Simon Taro. Does not have the best streak in multi-man matches. Still feels like he's trying to adapt to the Americanized style after spending most of the first part of his career in Japan. As said, he still has a few things he wants to bring back on, but he's waiting for those first big opportunities to do it. But only wants to do them in one-on-one style matches or any sort of title contention matches, which, well, not title contention, but just title matches. Which he's fallen just shy of earning here. Has I think only had one singles title shot since coming over, and that was down in Supernova against Shadow Star. But would be half of the catalyst to drive the Risen into their history-making weekend, so things aren't all bad in Taroverse. Jody Tyler, the man who started that Blitz Division Rumble. I don't remember if he was 1 or 2, but I guess it really doesn't matter because you're both out at the same time. I don't have my notes right in front of me, but I want to say he'll at least be in the history books as the first man eliminated. Which I guess isn't the note you want your name to have, but, you know, everyone has to start somewhere. And one half of those guys. The reimaginer of the Sunset Flip himself, Flip Sunset. Partner and traveling buddy to Paul Smackage. I don't know if I can say snazzy or dresser, but we'll say it. Christian Storm, Simon Taro, Jody Tyler, and Flip Sunset. Blitz Division action. We are a go. Taro going right after Sunset, flipping neckbreaker from Storm out to Tyler. Taro with the Hangman's DDT early. Tyler with the short brainbuster. First cover attempt of the match. First fall will win here. Sunset kicks out at one. Perfect neck snap from Tyler to Storm. Taro spins out the neck breaker. Northern Lights from Storm to Tyler. As long as they stagger their moves, I can call this pretty okay. Fireman's carry takedown from Sunset to Taro. Storm with a nasty left hand. Drops Tyler. Can Canadians be southpaws? Flip driving those forearms into the kidneys of Taro. Pulls down the head. Cheeky ass super kick. Storm with the inverted atomic drop to Tyler. Sends him into the corner. Taro gets booted in the mush. Sunset up top, crossbody. Almost mid-range jumper, but He jumped up top, so that doesn't count. Runs into an arm drag takedown. Tyler with the vertical with Storm. Northern Lights, no bridge. And Taro looking to hyperextend that elbow joint early on Sunset, setting up either that Kimura or that tower lock. Springboard's in with the Tope Atomico. Tyler thinking springboard of some sort. Storm rolls out of the way. Hangman's neckbreaker. And the butterfly. Storm and Tyler, the first pair to head out into the playground here. Falls count anywhere, so the ref has to be mindful of everything. Storm with the Fez takedown. Sunset. Axe kick. Taro catches it, flips him backwards. I've never seen anyone counter that. That was pretty slick. Taro heading up top. Into that corkscrew moonsault. Hooks the outside leg. Roll up on the outside. Ref heads his way out. Taro giving chase. Breaks it up. Taro back in. Going right back to Sunset. Storm electric chair drop. Drops the back of Tyler's head onto those steps. Storm catches Tyler with a dragon screw. Sunset now. Wizard special 16 of his own onto Taro. And violates the rule of the GOAT. Tyler snap belly to belly on the outside. Taro taken to the outside by Sunset. All four men action spilling to the outside here. Big vertical up on the top side of your screen. Sunset dives down with a lariat. And Tyler, with the hashtag flippy shit, gets nothing but mat. Tried to dive down with the Tope Con hello. The flip actually looks like he pulled Taro out of the way intentionally. And Sunset giving chase to Tyler. Storm looking to lock it up with Taro here. All four men back in. Taro sitting in one corner. Flips out. Dragon screw. Not dragon screw. Reverse DDT. As Sunset goes down low onto Tyler after deliriating back to the outside. Butterflies those arms into the suplex. Wizard special 3.16. I've seen more of those neckbreaker butterflies here than I think I've seen in any other match. Trying to hyperextend the arms of Storm now. Wheelbarrow facebuster on the outside. Neckbreaker drops Taro. Storm with a pair of lariats. We have a cover attempt on the outside. Dives down with the dropkick. Taro stuffs that attempt. Into the Hangman's neckbreaker one more time. Surprise run on the outside. Rising knee on the inside. Flipping neckbreaker. Everyone's catching neckbreakers right now. Taro has a hold of that arm one more time. Over the shoulder arm breaker. Maintains wrist control, trying to extend that joint out, and drops the knee to the elbow. Off the ropes. Runs through with the swanton. Has a hold of that arm one more time, trying to pop the elbow once again. Sunset trying to steal it on the outside. And Flip Sunset manages the upset. Sunset's moving on. I didn't see how he did it out there. I want to say he caught him in the reset log, a la Callie Dane. There's that roll up on the outside. Taro broke up earlier. And right there, Sunset actually pulled Taro out of the way of the tope from Tyler. By pulling him away, I mean forcefully introduced him to the turnbuckle post on the outside. And then almost like a diving spear, I guess it looked like. The angle is kind of hard to tell. I don't know if it was just a sloppy crossbody, but Tyler would fight back with a Rana. And I'll be damned, yeah. Flip Sunset stole the reset lock. And it actually looked like he may have dislocated at least one of those shoulders of Tyler. We'll have to get the medical staff to keep an eye on that. So we move on to tag team action as you're still tag team champions, The Risen, demanded his rematch, non-title, against the Hosses of Mayhem. If you missed Real Horror Show, the Hosses got disqualified by the usage of a chair. May have lost the match, but from what my sources tell me, the entirety of Project Mayhem that was on site beat the holy hell out of the Risen backstage. And to my knowledge, I think every member of Mayhem was backstage. Pretty sure Breeze and Dane both got their own kicks in. Can't confirm, can't deny, but I definitely seen the Risen limping around in the back. But demanded this shot back at the Hosses. I don't know how smart that is, just 2 days removed from catching the beating, but I'm just the announcer. The history-making Risen here. Completely running the tag team divisions in both Blitz and over in Supernova. Taking on their biggest challengers once again. To my knowledge, this match is standard match, so the Steel City Chariot can come right back out. So we await the entrance of the champions. A history-making 3 days. Just those 2 short weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, maybe at this point. Alex Sever with the skull paint, Akaoni in that samurai-style Kabuto mask. I would say neither man looks happy, but they very seldomly look like they like Happy Meals, so. Won our titles by defeating arguably the greatest tag team in the history of the Triad, the Hollywood Heroes, and then just last night, even in their injured states, managed to pick up a win over in Supernova Pro against the Fabulous Wonderfuls, 2 certified Hall of Fame bound superstars. Their judgment may be lacking, but their resume keeps building. If my notes are correct, they're actually 3-0 against the Hollywood Heroes. I don't remember if they met in the Collins Cup to crown those inaugural Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions, but if they did, then yeah, they're 3-0. I want to say they actually beat the Kings of the North, too. So that means they're 2-0 against them. Again, I'll have to check the results of that tournament. I don't have my notes in front of me. I'm a doctor, not a prepared man. As Amadeus Keith and Phoenix Vega look ready to rain hell one more time. Both of these men were also in that battle royal to crown our new #1 contender. Vega got 3 eliminations before being surprisingly dumped by Chris Cash. Amadeus Keith kinda got blindsided and snuck attack and dumped out. Vega, however, looked very impressive. I'm being told they actually wanted a match against the Adrenaline Underground. The champs had other plans, however, and said, "No, we want to finish this first." And Vega's completely off his rocker tonight. One has to believe the watchful eye of Dante Ripley is on Amadeus Keith, as it was him that swung that chair that got them disqualified. Oni and Keith starting things off here. Keith, quick snapmare, big chop across the back, round kick to the sternum. Keith off the ropes, diving down with the headbutt. He was a little more flippy. That's shades of Akaoni's offense. Big forearm shot to Akaoni. Oni, quick eat defeat. And again, I just mentioned that that headbutt style that Akaoni uses with the shooting star variation of it. And then standing pop-up Dragon Rana. Akaoni is actually the only man in the season for both all across the triad to have landed a standard Dragon Rana. Into that backbreaker, then quickly into that Russian leg sweep. Oni heading up second rope. Vega right there says, "You ain't flying today, Sid. Kid. Son. Kid." Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Junior. Tiny. Something along those lines. Keith sent into that corner. Standing switch. Has Oni up. Bad intentions here. Sick buckle bomb. Looked like he almost threw him from half the ring away. We're getting fresh legs on both teams here. Sever diving mushroom stomp, and Phoenix Vega absolutely unfazed. Goes for the big boot. And again, Sever goes for the mushroom stomp. Has to throw a drop kick and still gets up there but can't quite get the momentum down. Sever was just throwing paws and hooves all over the place. Got Vega to the ropes, and Vega said, "Get the hell out of here, I'm done with this." Big back body drop, and then that 6 Samoan headbutt. Splits the uprights. Has hold of legs one more time, goes for it again. Trying to walk through those organs. Sever sent into those steps now. Refs count at 6. Sever reintroduced to the steps. Sever bounced off the ring. Refs count at 8. Refs count at 9. The Haas's take this thing by count out. We're not accepting that? No? Alright. Getting word that we are going to restart this thing. Word hasn't quite gotten down to the ringside area yet. And the Haas is celebrating like they just won the titles. Reps back down there. Both teams back in their corners. We are restarting this thing. Keith, very unhappy, bites the forehead of Akaoni early. Big European uppercut. Brings Oni away from Sever. Drops that knee. And delivering the stomps. Running soccer style punt. Trying to snap that neck of Akaoni here. Brings him up just to plant him with the short arm later. It maintains that wrist control. Walks over him. Pushes him back just to drop him one more time. Keith not letting go. One more. It has that mountain just dropping bombs dead center here. The Haas is barely incensed right now. Surprise Ninja pop-up head scissor takedown from Akaoni. Tags in Sever. Sever throwing the paws. Sever heading up to that mid-rope. Phoenix Vega right there again to stop it. Saying this whole corner is the no-fly zone. Keith has a hold of Sever, has him up in the military press into the spine buster. Pops up Sever, gut wrench power bomb, suplex, not power bomb. Sever runs, gets caught with a run-in headbutt. Looks like he was just as dazed as Keith. Sever dumped on the outside one more time. Keith, that falling sleeper slam. Just mocking Akaoni with some of his own moves. Has a hold of the back of Sever's head. Sever fighting back with the elbows here. Refs count up to 4. Standing in Seguri, Keith staggered. And sent into that turnbuckle post. Keith finally leaves his feet. Sever gets both men back in, wants to win this the right way. Keith trying to pop that shoulder out of the place. Brings in Vega. Sever tags out, brings in Oni. Oni basement dropkick to the knees. Has Vega wobbly. Delivers a triad of him. No pun intended. And then a lariat. Big dropkick. We've seen this out of Sever earlier. Gets Vega playing in the corner. Vega standing switch. Kick caught, dragon screw into the corner. Vega sent it in the Risen corner. Quick tag, Sever brought back in. Rising in motion. Vega finally off his feet. Sever with the rising knee into the lariat. Isn't that the awesome combo? Into that quadrata. Overshoots it though from the second rope. Looks like he almost at least cut a headbutt out of it. And the cover outside leg hook only gets a 1 count. Now trying to wrench away at that neck of Phoenix Vega. Sever has put on a couple pounds of muscle, knowing they have to be able to compete. Into that variation of the Keystone Cloverleaf. I guess Victor Black's sharing some state secrets of his biggest rivals. Sever now caught, sent into the Mayhem corner. Get a tag from the Haas's. That arm that Keith was trying to pop out earlier, double axe handle to it now. Drops Sever with the hot shot on the ropes. Brings him up even further with the choke bomb and just spikes him on the mat. Sever fighting back with the leg strength. Quick tags on both sides here. Oni brought back in. Super kick dodged by Keith. Grabs a hold of Oni. Oni fighting back with the elbows outside of the ear. Sweep low, Chad low. Into the Ron Spike driver. Oni now driving in the knees into that back, trying to drive the lungs out of the much bigger Keith. Bigger men have smaller gas tanks. Sever brought back in after recomposing for maybe 45 seconds. In and out like hockey shifts. Now working on the knees, trying to chop down that big tree. Kicks down low. Keith brings him in. T-bone suplex overhead. Sever fighting back with the shot low. Into the flatliner. Right there to keep Keith from going to tag out. Keith sent back into the Risen corner. Off the ropes. Pair of back elbows. Oni looks like he's trying to break up the tag, but Vega brought back in. Almost decapitates Oni with the diving lariat. There's a low kick. Into the pump handle. Up and over with an exploder. Oni, though, with the up kick fighting out of it. Falling jawbreaker. Looks like he actually was raking the eyes on the way down. I don't know if that was intentional or just from the sheer height difference. And that mid-rope 630, Oni's probably the only man in the triad that can do it, but doesn't get any of it. Sever brought back in. We've seen this last match trying to drop Phoenix Vega. Mushroom stomps into the dropkick, has him down to a knee. Still cannot quite get all the way up into the corner like he wants. Sends Vega pillar to post, brings it back in with the elbow. Has a hold of Vega, has him up into the sever ties. Keith back up on his team's corner. Akaoni nowhere in sight. Knockout knee from Sever. Spins him around into the out black. Akaoni finally up on ringside. And Keith taps out. Not Keith, Vega. Keith not even in the picture. And after the restart, the Risen emerge victorious here. Risen in motion. They're now 3-0 technically, because we're not counting the count out. There was that overshot vibrato. Definitely looks like they actually met heads. There's that double axe handle trying to re-injure that arm. Both teams with some tandem offense. But in the end, that's that out black. That rolling dragon sleeper from Alex Sever with the body lock. And Vega with nowhere to go. And the Risen roll on now. Even though they didn't look like winners at Real Horror Show, they won the match there and then won the match before and after. It could be time to find new competitors for the Risen. Keeping with a Battle Royal theme from the weekend, we have an 8-woman over the top Battle Royal. Akane Yamamoto is 1/3 of the next in line for a shot after that outstanding performance against now former champion Callie Dane a couple weeks ago. The winner of this match will be the second part of that. And then I'm being told we're going to have a match from the 5 former champions, and Kamoko Kanemaru being the winner of the Betty White Invitational, and those 3 women will meet to face Misaki at some point soon. And CC Bones looking like, and Valentina, I guess, both women trying to get early shots. I guess if one of them wins this, then they'll be out of the other match. Former Supernova Pro Women's World Champion BJ Wiley also here. Christy Wen, Kitty Barnes, Allie Starr, Shannon Higgins, and Valentina also here showing up. Last woman standing. This is an over-the-top match. We wanted to give them a proper Battle Royal at the card, but I guess the insurance said they could only handle so much awesome before we had to start paying extra rates. Said maybe next year. Said we'll put a pin in it. I didn't say much of anything. I'm just the voice of the company. I don't handle anything except for making us sound ridiculous. But I'm very good at that. And Melanie Miller, the last woman getting into the ring here, still wearing some of the Killer X gear, even though Killer X is basically just Bryce Warren at this point. Kitty Barnes tied up immediately by Allie Starr. Melanie Miller in the corner by Shannon Higgins. And CC Bones going after BJ Wiley. There's a solo match I'd like to see. He's sent in the corner by Miller, fights her way out. Comes back in with a lariat. His action's going to be all over the place for at least a few more minutes. Christy Wen almost eliminated by Valentina, holds on. And a Rana driver to BJ Wiley from CC Bones. Wen sent in one corner. Allie Starr fighting away out of another one from Kitty Barnes. Melanie Miller introduced to yet another corner. Allie Starr putting the boots to BJ now. Northern Lights attempt broken up in the middle. High kick from Higgins to, I don't know if she was going after Bones, but she caught Miller with it, and they catch her with that single knee face buster. BJ tied up on the ropes here. And Christy went dumped by Valentina. And BJ thrown out surprisingly by Allie Starr. We're down to 6 here. The 2 former champions locking up in one corner. It's Valentina trying to eliminate her Eric Harumba partner. CC Bones fighting out, putting the paws all over Valentina. Valentina fighting back with a pair of rights of her own. Mel Miller drops that basement drop kick. Super kick attempt by CC Bones, ducked by Valentina. Pair of drop kicks from Valentina and Allie Starr. Moonsault DDT stuffed by Shannon Higgins. Higgins still caught by Miller. And then Miller, looking for that lariat, ends up getting dumped out by Shannon Higgins. Bones immediately grabs control of Higgins shortly after. Iggy fighting back with the elbows. Valentina almost bounced out. Fights her way off the ropes. Gets still dropped with a lariat, though, from Allie Starr. And Allie with the curb stomp. Allie's partner, Hiroyo Matsumoto, is actually going to be on a hiatus from the company for at least the rest of this season. It's not the same Hiroyo that's booked for that Mae Young Classic by some other company, but apparently the Google searches were getting a bit confusing for everyone, so. And Starr stealing Bones Thunder, runs in with that knee. Starr catches the boot. CC Bones still fights her way off, though, with the leg strength. Kicks down low. Into that butterfly gutbuster. Barnes looking to be eliminated by Valentina. Fights her way back in, though. Valentina standing switch go behind. Drops Bones with the neck breaker. Valentina lost that women's champion to CC Bones in that four-way steel cage match. Also lost the rights to that mid-range rolling senton. And I think Bones just threw out a Black Chaos Ritual. And Barnes just popped up Iggy and dropped her with that DDT. Into the X Factor. Kitty Barnes here looking like she actually wants to win a match for a change. Catches the forearm from Bones and then is immediately dumped up by Iggy. She must not want to win that bad. Iggy throwing out those kicks. Standing quad to the face of Allie Starr. Big running lariat. Bones with that combination. Rolling Savate kick. Or was that almost I guess that was more of a heel kick. Iggy looking to eliminate Allie Starr. Soul kick now. Valentina drops CC Bones. Hits her with another one. Allie Starr fights her way back in finally. Discus forearm misses from Valentina. One more kick right under the jaw though, CC Bones. Standing against Siguri, Bones steps out of the way. Gets her right hand stuff. Drops off from Valentina. Iggy measuring Allie Starr now. Could be looking for that collidable kick. Gets all of it. Valentina ties up CC Bones on one side of the ring. Looking for that elimination. Bones holds on. Valentina trying to eliminate her. Allie Starr. And Bones is out. Starr with that rolling sunset bomb. Valentina brings Starr back up. Neckbreaker drops her. Near Karamba, they may have been fighting here. They will live to fight another day. Valentina with that fisherman driver. Iggy still out under the ring. Well, under the apron. Under the apron. No, she wasn't even out. Serves me. Perspective's everything. Iggy now throwing the shots to Valentina. Valentina dumped by Iggy. So all the former champions will now be in that match. Iggy ties up. Allie Starr drops her with that pendulum backbreaker. Measuring her one more time, has about half the ring distance to get that run up. And Starr seen it come and ducked it. Into the short arm lariat. Those are chops, not even lariats. Starr heading up top. Diving senton. Ali Starr measuring Shannon Higgins now. Iggy fighting her way off. Ali Starr looking for the elimination. Higgins, though, catches the ring, brings herself back in. Starr with that shoulder block, now looking to dump Iggy out from inside the corner. And Ali Starr wins the Battle Royal. Former #1 contender from back in the days when Beck Wild was the women's champion, Ali Starr looking to reclaim that spotlight. So we move on from women's title contention action to an old rivalry renewed yet again under the pretenses of a title. Jay Hellion beat Power Cat on the Storm before Real Horror Show. Earned himself a one-on-one shot against the champion. Power Cat, however, was eliminated almost immediately in the Battle Royal, which was won later on by Dougal Devlin, now a two-time champion in the Blitz division. This rivalry goes back to before we even had a show. Our first showing was at High Class Wrestling's Ballroom Blitz. Was supposed to be Jay Hellion taking on Mighty. Hellion was found in a complete heap in the back. Dougal Devlin admitted later on that him and former Fomori partner Murphy Law put the absolute boots to Hellion, wanted the spotlight for himself. That's part of why the Fomori is no longer a thing now. That's a whole other conversation for another day. Devlin would then go on to become the first Blitz Division champion and is now the current Blitz Division champion. From my understanding, this match is being held under Extreme Rules. We get set for our co-main event. Jay Hellion has never had a title shot. If he didn't surprise Power Cat, he probably wouldn't have had a title shot outside the Battle Royal. But the man rocking the former #1 selling shirt in the shop.bwo.com store. I'm imagining those sales numbers will go up if he finds a way to win here. His sometimes tag team partner, Grim Reaper, won their stable's first gold this weekend against Mega Ran. Minute Rights the Headhunter title away from Mega Ran. Jay Hellion looking to bring more gold. Will have to find a way to get that win over Dougal Devlin, however. During his first run, lost in his first defense to Mighty, who would then go on to have that record-setting run with the belt. Devlin would go on to deal with some more things, getting a tag team title contention, but never actually got the match for the belts. Mori has since disintegrated. Partially due to that overinflated ego of Devlin. Dougal, who would make it to the finals of Night 3 in High Class Wrestling Super Junior World Cup Tournament before falling to Mighty. Dougal actually managed to tap out both Wizard and Akira during that tournament. I was going to say Hyper Suzuki, but he was on another night. Your challenger from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in, I believe, at 198 is what he's listed at right now. Representing FCK, Jay Hellion. And the champion. From somewhere I can't pronounce in North Ireland. He's here tonight at 201. I don't know what that is in Irish. Something stone or something kilograms. The reigning and defending two-time Blitz Division champion, Dougal Devlin. Both men take one more look at the belt. We have the go to hell. We have the variations of leg locks. We have Blitz Division title action, and we are a go here in our co-main event. And Devlin quick-in with that vertical suplex facebuster. Dropping boots to those ankle joints, and that kick across the sternum. Devlin here in quick control. Drops Hellion with that shin breaker, keeps a hold of that ankle though, and then delivers that dragon screw leg whip. So much of Devlin's offense focuses on the legs and the lower back of his opponents. Hellion fighting off the apron. Runs in, catches him with the Michinoku driver. Grabs a hold of the leg. Ref, before he can even get down, Devlin kicks out. Off the ropes, back elbow, drops the champion. Hellion up on the second rope, looking to fly here. Diving forearm, gets all of it. Hellion now trying to pop that knee joint out. Wants to take away all the weapons of Devlin here. Runs into a rising knee though from the champion. Devlin walks it out into the backbreaker. Bows Hellion further back. Trying to fold him in half on that knee joint. Rolls through, catches the ankle, and then spins it around as he drives the knee inside the knee joint. Big European uppercut though, drops Dougal Devlin. Jay Hellion has never beat Devlin in a one-on-one match. And there's a short version of that go to hell, doesn't get the full snap on it, he usually throws. And he gets a 1 count. That's a shorter version because with the go to hell, he puts his opponent in the full Nelson first. There's the snake eyes in the corner. Hellion pulls the champion out to drop him with that alley-oop bomb. Devlin fighting back with a shot to the midsection. Pops up with the Meteora. Hellion rolls outside onto the apron one more time. Looking for a brief reprieve. Devlin looked in for the shot. Hellion fights his way back in yet again. Hellion with the gutbuster to Devlin now. Dougal sending into the corner. Hellion plants him up top, runs into a boot. Devlin spins him around, has him up, drops him with that backbreaker. Devlin looking to bring the first toys into the match. Has a hold of the bat. Hellion kicks him out. Both men miss strikes. Devlin catches the elbow on the way back in. Ties up the arms, ties up the legs into that package knee breaker. Brings Hellion back to his feet. Runs into a fireman's carry takedown. Hellion has Devlin up one more time. Drops him with the flapjack. Heading up top. Bipolar coaster attempt. No, gets caught with the power slam. Hellion fighting back with the jawbreaker off the ground. Runs through with the Thez press. That $1 million fist drop. Hellion now with the elbows to the traps. Trying to damage the grip of the champion. Working on the legs once again. Devlin rolls away. Has Hellion up in the front slam. Hellion fights the way off the shoulders. Layout reverse DDT. Champion getting measured here. There's that full Nelson. Into the go to hell. Can Hellion finally do it? Into the cover. Hooks that outside leg. And we have a new Blitz Division champion just 2 days after he won it. FCK now has 2 belts under their control. Devlin runs through with the lariat, gets caught with the paws now. And then dumped out with a big lariat by the new champion. Congratulations to Jay Hellion. So we get set for our main event. As the girls in the Yamamoto clan, Fumi Yamamoto Richards and her cousin Akane, look to wrest control of the Women's Tag Team Championships away from Project Mayhem. Callie Dane, no longer Callie 2 belts, dropped her Women's Championship to the lost Yamamoto relative, Misaki. Shouldn't say lost, she's just related to the other Yamamotos. Breeze, however, still maintaining control of the Supernova Pro Women's division. Akane, and now we know that Ali Star will all 3 be fighting for a shot at Misaki. Callie Dane will look to compete to get her spot back. I do not want to be the Yamamotos. Now Callie Dane does not handle her mentality well after a loss. She has not lost many matches this season, but if what I'm looking at is correct, I think she's had a total combined of 10 minutes in matches after losses where she just absolutely destroyed her opposition, so she bounces back from defeat very, very well. We're skipping the intros here. Dane and Akane starting things off. Akane with that variation of the frostbite. Trying to take the arms out early of Callie Dane. Now hyperextending that arm, or at least trying to, and then popping that shoulder joint out. Callie took 2 Misaki cutters on the outside. Cannot be right even 2 days later. The pain tolerance of the members of Mayhem, though, is something to behold. Has Akane up and drops her with that double chicken wing butterfly drop. Ties up Akane early into that straight jacket DDT. I thought she was going suicide note early. Showing the strength here. Plants Akane with that gut wrench. Callie Dane with that alley-oop bomb now on Akane. Fumi looks happy to be on the outside. Akane sent into the women of Mayhem's corner. Runs into a big boot though. Reversal on the Irish whip, sent right back into the corner. Dane with the quick tag into Breeze. Then throws her like a missile. Breeze now preventing that tag. Into that corkscrew slingshot crossbody. Not even a full corkscrew, it's just a twist. Main event, we finally get our first Munchkin Lane DDT of the night. Unless there was one of the multi-matches that I just couldn't keep up with. And that punt to the guts. Breeze ties up the arm. Into that sick arm breaker. The aggression of Breeze has multiplied infinitely this season. No longer the happy-go-lucky trainee of formerly happy-go-lucky TJ Ramirez. Breeze runs into the big boot, then spun around with a shot from Akane into that Saito suplex. It took Breeze losing her sanity, joining the Church of Mayhem to finally gain singles gold. Gets caught with the super kick though. Mayhem can only protect you from so much. Akane brings Breeze back to her feet. Into the sever ties, going through all the Supernova greatest hits. Sends Breeze into the Yamamoto corner. Gets caught with an arm drag takedown. Breeze ties her up on that second rope. Into the drop kick. And Fumi looking like she wants in this, but Breeze right there to stop the tag. Sends Akane across into the Mayhem side of the neighborhood. Mayhem cutter out of nowhere. Akane dead. Fumi in. Breeze couldn't stop it fast enough. Breeze drops Fumi with that reverse DDT. Dane off the ropes into the punt kick. Fumi now putting the shoulders to Breeze. Dropped in that face buster in the corner. Caught every one of the turnbuckles on the way down. And Callie Dane with that Ring of Fire variation. Taught to her by Cade, stolen from Cade's old rival, Del Scorcho. Akane breaks the grip and delivers a punch to the grill. Has Dane up, drops her with the vertical. Fumi and Breeze tying her up on the outside. Dane sent off the ropes, stuffs the dropkick attempt by Akane. Ties her up. Suicide note, Fumi back on their side of the ring. Akane sent into the Mayhem corner, Breeze back up. Akane sent back out. Brought in one more time, Mayhem cutter to the other side. Into the cover, Fumi right there. In an absolute dominant fashion, Project Mayhem maintained the belts. Fumi never even got in the ring legally. The quick tags by the women of Mayhem. Breeze would be used as a projectile. Akane would catch 2 variations of that Mayhem Cutter and a Suicide Note. Right here, Dane with the lift up, Breeze with the cutter. Dane looked like she was stepping out. Fumi wanted to step in. Dane, though, however, I guess Fumi had the realization that if she stopped Dane, Dane might rip her face off. As the women of Mayhem victorious once again. And Callie Dane's impressive streak of bouncing back after losses continues. As I said, she does not handle defeat well. That was probably the most dominating showing I've ever seen in a tag team match. And that's going to do it for us here on Remedy. We're going to try to bring you Storm Friday night. If not Friday, we will be back Saturday. So for all the boys and girls in the back, for our winners and losers, for our new Blitz Division champion, Jay Hellion, and for our women's tag team champions, Project Mayhem, I have been your voice of choice, DrMarxout, signing off. We will see you next week, or next episode.